Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't the politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't the politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do 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 do. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Hello there. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do 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 do. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe é. Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Remember to share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them Mayegun today. Godfather is in. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary. Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary. Mayegun number one. Mayegun. This man is conducting an election and you decided to go and be part of it. What is your name? Ani esunraki. Mayegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra jù.
As long as the criminals have never been punished, the audacious or the audacity of the Nigeria ruiners keeps growing and more audacious. Oh, they never start to.
àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Kogi, Bayelsa, Imo, same story. In the same year, they've learned nothing. Rather, they have become more notorious. Tragicomedy, Boko funny.
àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Ọlọ́pàá they carry ballot box.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. àní ẹ̀ súnra jù.
Who now add salt to injury. Kolu had decided to lie again, even in the Holy Land, yo, in Mecca, Abi Nariyadi. I'll tell you.
Mayegun ti dé.
Motide. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Okay, this is Mayegun and this is live. If you joined us live anyway, because some people are going to watch this as replay, but it doesn't really matter. You are welcome to the Temple of Truth. And if you have read the caption of the broadcasts, the description of the broadcasts, and you have shared it, maybe you have also dropped your own offering, which is like the broadcast before you kind of get carried away. It's going to be an interesting night. I can promise you that. So, you are welcome once again. As a reminder, or should I call it a caveat, kind of. You see, this broadcast you're about to watch is going to give to you the detailed reports of what happened in 3 states in Nigeria today, where INEC conducted another charade and proved Mayegun right again. So this is not going to be a kind of I told you so program, okay? It is just going to further cement the facts that have always been staring you on the face, that so many of you somehow continue to get carried away with your beautiful ideas of how to rescue Nigeria or whatever name you give to it. You cannot save Nigeria the way you are following the rules set. I mean, the rules set by the criminals holding Nigeria. You can't. And that is what this broadcast is going to prove to you again tonight. They did a general election. I made my prediction. Everything came to pass. And they told them to go to court. Right? And then it was actually like uploading result or not uploading result. Glitch or no glitch. IRF or no IRF. And the rest of all the rigging story. But you all witnessed that, Abi. Now, they have what they call the off-season elections. These are elections that, you know, were the creation of Nigeria judiciary, which then make the 3 states in Nigeria to miss the election cycle of every 4 years, like the transition from wherever. But for those who probably didn't still get convinced, right, that Nigeria has been captured and election cannot save Nigeria, they call majority of us, pessimists, people who have already made up their minds. That's us, that believe that, listen, you might want some scientific research or whatever it is before you will believe, or you might need to actually experience it before you believe it. We have concluded that elections cannot save Nigeria. And it is not because the people, let's even talk about, let's even take out temporarily the infractions like, vote buying and all of those things, right? It is not that the people does not have the number to get rid of all the rogues ruining their lives and the lives of their children. Not because they don't have the number, but if you understand Nigeria very well, and you understand what is called systemic rigging, you can never win. If they want you to win, what they have to do is what? Is to slow down the establishment. But wherever they have interest, when it comes to the general control, they will unleash the establishment. It is there. It is called systemic rigging. No be how many of you go register to get voters card, will get the voters card. That is one. And those of you who get the voters card, not all of you who get the voters card will be able to use the voters card to vote. That is two. Then all of you who manage to have your voters card to vote, and it is not for them, not all of your votes will count. They will count them the way they wanted to count them. That is number three. How do you win against such a system? Now, if you now found and record all the infractions and you take them to their court, their court will tell you, you did not present enough evidence to convince them, or you did not present your evidence at the right time. It is called systemic rigging. Textbook definition of state capture. Where do you run to? Who do you report to? When the entire establishment and institutions have been captured. And let us just hope. You don't hope when you know the facts. Stop hoping on something else. Work on the facts. When you work on the facts, you will believe people like me who said elections cannot save Nigeria under that kind of arrangement. But if we don't vote, they will choose them. Let them choose themselves. Now, it is when you did not participate, for example, APC, Egbekegbe, and the INEC, in a rigged system like that. They said elections for Kogi, Imo, and blah, blah, blah. And all of the political parties boycott the election, say, we are not participating. If this criminal is going to be the one in charge. No, we are not. And then they go ahead and they say they are doing the election, which means you're not participating. No? So they are conducting election for themselves. You know what that is going to be like? It will be one of the things that so many of you have not discovered. All of you, one Nigerianist. That's one thing you have not discovered, though. If you boycott genuinely, and you know why they will not genuinely boycott election in Nigeria? And now all of them, they work hand in hand. Now your brain, your lives, your blood, is what they are using as the gambling coins. You don't understand. If all of them say, we are not doing, let ABC go and do it. It will, first, they will lack legitimacy. Second, it will actually bring all of you together for the first time and make a demand that if you want to shut the country down, you will have the right to do it then. But you don't participate in a charade. Allow them to rig you, kill your people, and then say you want to go to court and start screaming. And look at them, see what they are doing again, they have started rigging, police is this, the same thing you know they will do. Why are you participating? But if you don't pass, they will still choose themselves, Abi. And then you wait for 4 years, Abi, because you've legitimized it. You cannot participate in a bet. And after they rig you, you begin to complain that, and they have changed me. We don't want you. You have not, you want to fight. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You need to deny them full legitimacy first. And then you do what the real opposition does. You begin to mobilize, not just political parties. you begin to mobilize the country against these rogues, you will have the legitimacy. They will be battling with it. Now, if they now want you to participate in any charade, it will be according to your rules, set agreed rules, not their own, that they will tell you to go to court. I don't need to make any sense to you. Listen, I have been dealing with Nigerians for so long, emotionally blackmailing Nigerians. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm intelligent or what do you call it? I'm the smartest here. No. Even if I am the most foolish person, and those of you who have been deploying different means, following these rogues and their rules, screaming, cheating, rigging, bullying, and all of that, if all of your ideas, let's say all of you are smart people, okay? I mean, for the first time, can you at least listen to a foolish man that you probably think is, if you think I'm foolish, try one thing that has never been tried before. Join the movement of those who want to try something that has never been tried before. What are those things? You can join the movement that demands for the breakup of Nigeria, a peaceful one, no, at least, until it turns to something else, Abi. Join something you have never followed the crowd for before, because look at all the smart people. Look at all the strategists. Look at the rogues who have come and gone in the name of fixing Nigeria, and they ended up ruining and dividing, impoverishing and terrorizing Nigerians. Those are the smart people, your leaders, those blah, blah. Abi, try something new. Think about that. Elections can save Nigeria, not the one conducted by criminals. They rigged elections and their court validated it, and you still participating? Well, let's go into, I actually think, I'm thinking, which one is the longest and which one is the shortest? Sorry, I don't know what that is. I think it's a bit of a woo. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm thinking of where should we start from, because while I was kind of following all of the drama, the killings, the attacks, and all of that in their charade called elections, right? Then they just dropped another banger or another lamba. And what was that? You know, Orlu is in Riyadh right now, in Saudi Arabia, where they are doing Arabia Africa Summit. Some African countries too, they were there. And from what the summit was all about is to see the potential business opportunities in those African countries. And Orlu is also participating in some of the roundtable. 1 second. The other day I was sort of jokingly saying, if we have a chance of seeing the cost of taking Orlu and this entourage to Saudi Arabia, we may be more alarmed than what they did when they went for the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York. Okay, I wasn't so much interested because, you know, until they dropped the lamba, and guess what the lamba is? Orlu and his team of thieves who went with him and the vuvuzelas is managed to hire. They said Saudi Arabia is planning to invest billions of dollars in Central Bank of Nigeria. And I'm like, what is central bank selling, please? Excuse me. What is central bank selling that Saudi Arabia is coming to? So what they are trying to say is that Saudi Arabia might have agreed to give them and loan them. They don't want to call it loan. Oh. Not because, I'm not saying Saudi Arabia agreed to anything like that. Oh. Sure, you understand? I'm coming to that. Their own report says Saudi Arabia is going to invest billions of dollars in Central Bank of Nigeria in order to save Nigeria's naira. Do you understand? So I was questioning, like, can the central bank in what is Central Bank of Nigeria selling? But I just used my 5 and 6 and I was like, loan. You know, see everywhere, Bokuwari went at the time, Nabambi Alai they do. When people are talking business or how to, they have nothing to present, even though they love to take pictures and send pictures to Nigeria. Everything came back to zero investment in Nigeria, zero. And Nigeria went negative. The same playbook is what Kogi is using right now. So he went to Saudi Arabia, they do Bambiala. I'm not saying it is true that Saudi agreed to give them anything because he didn't say how much you. They just said he's going to invest in central bank to make Naira strong. Then they now quickly added another one. Saudi Arabia is coming to come and help them make Kaduna refinery to start working, as well as Port Harcourt refinery. So Saudi Arabia will bring money to come and renovate Port Harcourt refinery to make it start working by 2024. They have sold the Zobo, which is not true. Kaduna refinery, they quickly added that. And do you know why I know it's Zobo? Is that if you want to collect money from Saudi Arabia will not give you money. They will probably borrow you the money. And I think they will do that. Okay? And Saudi Arabia also knows that once they give you the dollars, the moment the dollar landed them in your central bank, una go share the dollars. Because that is what they are doing. You see this, your naira to dollar that continue to die palongo up and down, up and down. It is not because of any other thing than it's not because you are eating rice, okay, or you are currently eating Uncle Ben's. I've been waiting for all those imported food that they have in Nigeria. No, it's because of these criminals. They are friends, and none of them, they all have allocation of those dollars in millions and millions. You understand? So the world knows. And that's why when they tell you, for example, when the dollar goes gas, it's a two-way thing. Let me explain that, okay? You see, when, for example, let's say Nigerian naira is at 1,000 naira to a dollar. Now, to keep it at that, they, among themselves, what would they do? Whatever dollars that is available, they will give dollar subsidy to themselves. They have a way of accessing that, right? So which means it will remain at 1,000. So they will pay for it, or you will pay for it, borrowed money. Then, once there is no dollar in the bank or in the central bank anymore, what does that mean? So it means their friends will say they want to go and source for the dollars in the black market. So Nigerian naira will have to be what? 1,200, 1,300 to a dollar. Who bears the cost? You. That time, they are not borrowing just to weaken your naira, okay? This time around, when you now go to market, they will tell you, have you not heard that the dollar has cost now? You better buy it now because by 12 noon, it might have increased again. So you pay for that. But the moment they have another tranches of dollars, their friends won't need to go to Bureau de Change. The money is in the central bank. So they call themselves. They give themselves subsidy and said, okay, you can come and take $1 for 600 naira. So once they, whether it is 1 billion or 2 billion or 3 billion. Oh. Once they share the money, then you will realize that how come the same dollar, naira, when naira was 1,200, we were buying things at this price. Now that naira has now dropped, how come the prices of things are just not like dropping like that? Because it is voodoo economy. The world knows. Nigeria don't enter around. So Kolu is lying to you, and whatever Saudi is going to give to them, they should at least come clean. Even though some people who saw the picture, the picture of those who participated in the, or who are currently participating in that Saudi African summit, they were like, why is he always looking like somebody where we say they no invite? The last time he was in India, he was standing just gogoro like, like a security, like a megad. So in Saudi Arabia, where, you know what I mean? Let me show you a video. It was given a very good, he was sitting in a very kind of comfy hall. And he was telling them Nigeria is ready for business. But when space day back, space day, who be that guy who did that back? No be Ramaphosa be that. South Africa, I don't know. That guy that is behind that woman, there is a space there, there is stairs there. Why is he standing there like somebody will say they no invite?
The enthusiasm is scale. From this moment on, we are open for business. You will have no better friend and partner than Nigeria. Instead of diversity, the strength, Nigeria is happy.
Here you see, even though he's probably just talking jargons like as usual, sure you get. But Baba, go take picture. Stand like normal people. Why are you standing like, God damn it, man. It's not even funny. I'm just telling you how people feel. People were just like that's why on social media, people have to cycle out like, who be this guy? That is a call. Here you get. I think they even gave him, I don't know, what's this? Does anybody understand this? I don't know. I think it's a royal, is that a royal gown? And, like that. But, why would they come about and to have something to tell you or waiting? All of the Microsoft, Google, Twitter, Facebook, all of their CEO, that he was General Motor, General Electric, all of these companies, he was meant to meet to have met their CEO in New York in September, that are bringing billions, trillions of dollars to Nigeria. Now since September, they haven't arrived till now. The ones he went for in India, where he was standing like, He also went to UAE in Dubai. Baba, see, Matt, ask you something. Mo leave. I know say you don't like me. Fine. You know what I mean? If you are Tinubu supporter, sure you get. I know say you don't like me, and I don't like you too. So don't let us pretend. But let's put that aside right now. Baba, what can you say? Has been the benefit of Tinubu's few places that they have told you a lot of things. They told you what they were bringing. And since May, I'll continue to cry, Abby. Okay, don't worry then. I'll continue to cry. I hope you continue to have money to buy Gary, because, it's useless if I continue to cry like this for 80 years. And at the end of the day, Baba, to afford Gary, to drink with my tears, it's a waste of tears. Okay, it's all right. I'll keep it to myself. And that's exactly why you should question the visa ban that they said they were lifting. people are still trapped in that incognito right now. Abi? Those that promised them, $3 billion that they said they wanted to use to rescue your naira, they have already expended about 1.5 billion from the money. Blessing naira, you know what they call the incurable disease. Naira with these criminals. And just put that aside. We may come back to it. Talking about why elections cannot save Nigeria, I want you to listen to the experience of the Nigeria Labour Congress president, who was the first victim of their off-season charade. They said it was in the wrong place, in the wrong time. Hopeless Uzodingba or Hopeless Uzodijo has apologized finally. But that didn't stop him from unleashing further terror on the rest of Imo people as we speak. But we are coming to that. Ajero is like somebody, it's like can I call him the Daniel? We enter Lion's Den. Because, like I said, Daniel, no get scratch. Abi? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to kind of, try to make comparison here. Okay, anyway, we usually use that phrase. They will say, you went into the wilderness, you went into the lion's den and you came out alive. You are a hero, you are a fighter. Here is Ajero, the NLC president experience in Imo State, where they finally had their charade today. And I'm going to take you through all of that. Refresh.
The NLC sent a delegation to Imo, headed by Comrade Nasu, the current Kogi State governor, to reach some understanding with the governor there. And on the basis of that, he vacated the secretariat of the NLC, but before then, nothing is there now. He destroyed all seats, all computers, every document there, including photographs, files, documents, belonging to NLC, were destroyed by talks sent by Hope Uzodinma. The secretariat was constructed and donated to the NLC by Lokoja, his predecessor, but he destroyed it. After vacating the office, we continued to engage him. He signed an agreement, with the NLC delegation led by Comrade Nasu, current Kogi State Governor, Comrade Mubaja, Williams, Biobele, and I think TUC General Secretary late Lawa. And that agreement up to date has not been implemented. I wasn't the NLC president then. It wasn't politics. My predecessor was not playing politics by asking that the workers he described as those workers be paid. That was the situation. And when I emerged, we were here to even review these issues when the governor now attacked workers during the state delegates conference of NLC. The state delegates conference of NLC takes place in all the states of the federation in the country, including the FCT. It was only in Imo that the governor, after the Commissioner of Information called me to tell me that they don't want a candidate in that contest. And I explained to him that we don't put people out whose union has sponsored, that if they have a candidate, they should keep on supporting their candidate. But we can't tell people not to contest because the governor prefers the other candidate. Governor sent talks that day, they disrupted the election. I called them to continue with the election. They continued and he sent policemen fast them. We appointed caretaker committee and responded. Some people who call themselves elders asked for 2 weeks to resolve the matter. I appeal to the neck of the NLC that people, these are from my state, they say the elders need 2 weeks, and that they say they have discussed with the governor. In 2 weeks they will address this matter. That 2 weeks went into, I think, almost 40 weeks now. The so-called elders have not said a word. We behave as if it's business as usual. On May 1st, when the workers gathered again for May Day, the governor sent talks again. They withdrew all police and civil defense people that were brought there and attacked the workers. Many of them were hospitalized. This time around, it was equally not politics. It was not equally not that the workers were campaigning for anybody. Still on the issue of ghost workers and those he has not paid for 3-4 years. Now after that, the NLC met severally and asked us to give him another 14 days since there was an agreement reached after that action. And in the agreement, the governor was specifically asking for the draft and was using his hand to cancel them. At the end of the day, I say, let it go, since that is what he wants. Between that May till now, the governor didn't say a word, no meeting, nothing. And when we sent him a letter issuing another 14-day ultimatum, he approached the court. And part of the affidavit he swore was that it was because he has been so busy. That is why he has not implemented the agreement. But at the end of the day, he didn't get any restraining order before we started going. There's nobody in this country, the security agencies, that didn't know we were going to Imo. We wrote them. We wrote the TSS, we wrote the police, we wrote everybody. And then when we got there, the event started unfolding. We addressed the workers and told some of them that came that Sunday with complaints that they have not paid them for years. And we said that will happen tomorrow. Ask all the people they were owing to come out, since the governor was saying he has paid everybody, so that we can assemble them for the governor to see the thousands of people, assuming he was not aware. It was in the event of doing that the following day that we got a report that workers that arrived as early as 7 a.m. were beaten up, their properties, their belongings, their phones seized. Some of them with broken eyes. It was because of that that around 9 that I went there with the assistance of about 20 security personnel. I was in the secretariat of the NLC and called some journalists to join, and then some of the officials of the NLC, so that we can address the press on the situation in Imo. It was then that the police led other people, those uniform, mufti, and they came and we drew about 20 security personnel that were there, we cried to, guiding us. And then the policeman arrested me and handed me over to talk. One of his small, I don't know whether that one is sergeant or inspector, said, "Okay, why don't you take him? Don't hand him over to these people." He shouted on the sergeant also and said, "Come on, shut up." And that was how they dragged me on the floor, took me to this boss Imo, and about 7 people. I can't explain the beating, but they tied my nose, tied my eyes, tied everywhere, and were hitting me with all manner of document, and they're asking me why I was challenging hope. That I should say my last prayer, and that they were taking me to call it Njuaba River.
They were going to take him to a place and just execute him and possibly say it's an accident. The president of the Nigerian workers. And if you read the comments, you will see people that will say that he deserved it. There's supposed to kill him, this and that. I ain't no deal. Because, you know, I don't know where you are coming from. But as a typical Nigerian, you know, you probably know why you want him killed by the same criminals that you also want gone. Anyway, that's by side. So yesterday, the same hopeless Uzodinjo appealed and said he was sorry that, okay, fine, it's true, we beat him. And he was sorry for all of that. They will take care of him now. But that was yesterday. Today is the D-Day. Something they believed that Ajero was coming to come and disrupt or destroy, arrange plan, everything sorted. So we are going to start from Kogi State, where the Kogi people have to challenge Yeye Bello's Stuji, his planned successor. Do you remember when I showed you, I think it was 2 days ago, when I showed to you the arrival of Nigeria military, the trucks and all of that? You remember that? That was exactly the same in Imo, in Bayelsa. But it still never really stopped them from doing what they do best. And just 2 days ago as well, I kind of reminded you that look at people participate. Look at them at their campaign. Look at them running about because they want to vote. They want to vote. But you know something? By the time they finish rigging them on Saturday, which is today, right? I will be showing you the videos where people are going to be saying, what is all this? This is so wrong. This is illegal. This is, we are going to, they must cancel election. I say, the same scenario that plays out every time, like ritual. You participate in the charade, then you see them rob you, and then you begin to ask for justice from the same people that rob you, and then you realize that there's no justice. You go back to your status quo, Abi, like a factory reset. You wait for another time, then you go on again. We no go agree. We go to a fight. We go gang. Then they rig you again. Then you repeat the cycle again and again and again and again. And it makes me look, that actually makes me look like a prophet to some people. They will tell me, Mayegun, you are a prophet. I say, I'm not. No, you are a prophet. You always sit. I said, listen, it is called pattern. If you don't break the pattern, you will be getting the same result. I can sit down here, okay, and predict what is going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, Nigeria. I can sit down there and do all of that conveniently. I don't have to go into any trance. I'll be waiting to record that thing. Because Nigerians and their leaders are very much predictable until the circle is broken. I can sit down here for another 40 years. And watch generation from generation to, perish after generation perish by the greed of these criminals. You need to cut this circle, but experience, they say, is the best teacher. Nothing different than, like I said, INEC Nigeria, they have now gone nucleus. I think it's something advanced when you say nucleus, something bigger, wider, and advanced, Abi? Nuclear. Before now, after ensuring that the rigging is already done before you conduct the first election, right? Of the first ballot. and you know, you're going to expect election riggers or something, you know what I mean, to play out and all of that. The usual, no. The difference this time around is this. Usually you will see them bring in fake results that they will replace with the original one, or APC, Egbekegbe, would have printed their own election results and they will give that to INEC and they will swap it. Baba, in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa, INEC officials, they came with prepared elections results. Even before people wake up from their own homes, the result is already in the bag. Are you with me? And some of them already signed by APC agency. And if you don't believe me, I told you, let's start from Kogi. Okay? INEC officials, so this is not even like APC yet. The APC ones who are going to snatch, those who are going to do ta-ta-ta, or those who are going to buy votes. We are talking about the umpire itself. INEC that went there to conduct elections. They already have all the results printed. And they took them as part of the materials they brought. In some places, they gave them just one ballot paper. And they said, it's a new polling unit. Nobody they come there. One ballot paper. But inside there is already written results. Let's start with this. Kogi, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, flip it, open, let's see. And let's see the carbon copies. You see, open it, see. You can see that there's the result is, look at who wrote those ink on it. How did it get there?
I don't know.
Why is INEC compromised? This is an election. We've not started an election. It's supposed to be blank. And see, this election cannot hold. We cannot accept it. You people are the ones that are coming to rob us again. This suffering, are you people not feeling it? No, we can't take it. It's not possible. We won't take this. Please.
This is unacceptable.
It's not. Never sign anything. Never sign. This is criminality now at the highest level.
Hello. Please, can I come home?
Are you abroad?
What I want
Where would you?
see, by God's grace, no matter how may be that there is no solution, you can call our SPO. Now.
Please call him.
Call him.
Call him, please.
It's not mattering of argument.
We don't have issue with you. You understand? Call the SPO. You are agents, you understand? But we have to start with you people because you are the ones on the field. Look at results. Imagine. This is election that accreditation has not even started. See results. Imagine.
That is the country they are saying you should come back to. If you are not comfortable with the way it is being done, you should leave America. You should go back to Nigeria and contest elections too. That is the country they are inviting you to. You haven't seen anything, no. Now let's go to another one. Prepared results. Prepared results before accreditation to vote. Take a look.
So we're here to check Unit 2 Kibble. Here we are. This is 202 Kibble. So it's cover. No ballot paper yet.
It's just to clear their mind. Let them see.
Open it, you transfer it, don't open everything, let them see. Just open those envelopes, that is what is important. That is where they will
The brown envelope.
Open. Keep your hand inside now. Just keep your hand. Just do your hand. Which envelope is ordinarily supposed to carry the result sheet? Which one?
Listen to me. You are a good copper. You are serving this country. You should not support evil. You get what I'm saying now? Bring the bag. Put the bag on top of the table. Please. How much are they going to pay you that you do this? For how much? Pour it everything on the table. Let's see. Let me see this one, the white one. Open it. Open it. That is what we are saying. This is it.
Look at the result.
Open this. Open it.
Collect that thing from him.
No, wait, come.
Collect that thing from him. No,
open it. It's here already.
Collect that thing from him. Hold that guy down. Hold him. Don't beat anybody. Yes, it's filled. It's filled. Get him down.
People that have not cast their votes. APC already allocated over 700 votes to themselves in the prepared results. Did you see that woman that said, APC got 700? Hey, that woman, did you see that woman? When she saw the results, she came back, she was like, APC got 700. Hey, like she couldn't believe it. And that is why when you see some of these Olori Buruku Dabi Moshedas that will come on social media, right? And they will tell you, nothing your papa go do. APC will always win. We know that APC control this. APC, PDP is always going to win. PDP is expected to. APC is expected to. And then you look at the charade they are talking about. What they're actually referring to is that the best rigger, either by crook or hook, is going to get it. And they are ready to help them get it. So that they can come on social media and tell you, you can continue to cry now. In the same country that every one of you is actually grinding. Like you are crying inside. So many are crying like they are like weeping, seriously. You know that, oh. Unfairness, no credible election in 2023. Giant of Africa, nítorí Ọlọ́run, gianti. Àbíkẹ́ yọ jí dànù kẹ́sọ́ di anti. Ẹ̀rọ yọ GI dànù, kí ló ń jẹ́ GI? GI anti, lè pè ní GI anti. Àbí of Africa that cannot conduct elections, that people cannot choose their leaders. A rigged system that continue to produce criminals. You will break the circle. Here is another one. Now they're from the same Kogi. And these guys are also Nigerians. Those who are helping them to stage all these riggings. Baba, look at somebody's papa here.
Open the bag. You are a thief. Carry original results when they have not voted. Original results, they have not voted. They have already arranged the results. Thief. We are down of permanent in Kogi State. Look at the results.
John, but evidence I create, and I get seen now. You make me rush now. And the Ben is doing a evidence.
So the police came quickly to whisk him away to safety. Kogi electoral officer, INEC. And that is not all. Still in that same Kogi, they even saw one Alaja that came to steal ballot box. Here is one of them.
This is Ganaja village right now. They won't come to snatch a ballot paper. There's no way for them. Alajaruna, remember, we do for you. But I think they do Jangini. Hello. Sit down. Alagba, Mumu. Oh, father, Atame, Amena. Yes. Yeah, let us stop them. 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 Yes. 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 We are ready. We are ready. Hold on. Man, woman, how much? What are they trying to do today? 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 What are they trying to? Are we campaign? Are we campaign? Are we campaign? You say your money. When I change the motor, Oga, 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 when I change the motor. Hey, go now stop. Let us change the motor. Let us check him. Let us check him. Let us check him. How much election there?
Ganaja, we stand.
Yes, Ganaja village. They all come and snatch the ballot paper. What did they come for? They should be arrested. Alajaruna. But where did they go? Yes.
Election. Selection. Whichever one you kind of like to call it is up to you. I call it a charade, but a bloody one. The eyewitnesses from the same scene, they have this to say.
This election is inconclusive.
Action Alliance Woman Leader. Ogorimagongo local government. There is no election in Ogorimagongo local government. Who were at the polling unit as at 8 a.m. in the morning. We discharged all our duties. Our agents were present everywhere. We were ready for elections, and there's no election in Ogori. I want to election material. No election material in Ogori.
Send it to me.
And to add to it, I was there myself when they asked for the number of what's it called? The number of accreditation that is supposed to be on the rivers, but they refused to show them. Then how do you now, if you cannot ascertain the number of accredited people and the number of registered voters, how do you now declare such results in that unit? So this is our grievances, and that is why we are saying that as far as Ogori Magongo is concerned, no election. No election. We are not violent. This is a conglomeration of different political parties, both SDP, both PDP, both ADC, all parties, without APC. That is not here is APC. That is our grievances. Thank you very much, and God bless.
So we need to.
Both of you. And have been handed over to.
Mention the one.
Which one is this?
Make sure that the police do not cover that person.
Police cannot cover because I is already aware what is going on.
Yes.
Ogori Magongo. And in case if you haven't heard too, Dino decided not to vote. I mean, he probably was aware of how the game was going to end, knowing that the result of the election has already been prepared, and it's just for INEC to come and announce it, and they will tell all of them to go to court. Dino.
To show agents result sheets, and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogori Magongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already, and people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheets must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the state that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation, don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you.
70 years old man.
See they do a looter. With this election, we shall win, we shall protest, we shall record, we shall post on social media, all platforms, and all of that. So after that, Inko, somebody said, Mayegun, in a week, all of these people go forget everything that happened. And I'm not gonna argue that with you, because I'm actually gonna have to agree with you, my man. Some say the week is too long. In the next 48 hours, they've moved on. And they're back to the lamentation of, you know what I mean? So at that Dino's polling unit, even though they say he didn't come out to vote, but some said that he won his polling unit. and I believe them. In one polling unit, which is Yeye Bello's polling unit, they said INEC accredited 840 voters. And the final result, APC 840, PDP 0, SDP 0, Labour Party 0. That is Yeye Bello's local government area. Talking about local government, while other local government areas controlled by APC, Egbekegbe and their chairmen, while they were kind of successful in the state organized crime, electoral crime, because that's what it is. Oh, it is like organized crime. Oh, some people who just sit in a room and they'll say, "This is how we're going to do it. We are going to make sure that these ones, they don't have a chance of voting, okay? So you are going to bring in the result, okay? We have paid this person. That one is going to provide the security for all of you. So we need you to nominate." You know, like, some people sat in a room and they planned how to take over the reign of a government of a state, like Tinubu did. And anybody that kind of gets in their way will be killed. That's the deal. Here you get, that is an electoral organized crime. But one of them, from what I heard, though, did not really succeed. They captured him and his own gang, and they paraded him as a criminal that said they are, by the way. Because they won't serve you. Devil won't serve you. You they do Thanksgiving. Baba. Hey, do you even have an idea? What it simply means to live in the bondage of criminals, cold-hearted criminals who are ready to slaughter people, who fail to collect money. You will be killed just for them to gain power. I mean, I shouldn't be asking you. If you are a Nigerian, you should have been used to that. I don't know if they have announced them by now. They should have. And from what we have also heard, they said that 65 units or polling units, okay, in that Ogorimagogo area have been sort of elections there have been cancelled. Oh, you know the drift now, They will later tell you that the cancelled units and all of them, those are the places that people have screamed, Abby. Other areas where they have not, they are screaming and all of that have not really kind of been so loud. That one will pass. The places where, because don't think the writing of result is just for one local government. So it is for the entire state, 21 local governments of Kogi State. So they're going to announce somebody. And guess what? It's going to be APC. This level of rigging is a coordinated rigging of Tinubu that you are still going to witness. So you see this guy, Yakubu, is going to be your INEC chairman until after 2028. Sure, you know that before, you don't know. Now you go conduct your 2027 elections. And you see those Supreme Court justices, those ones who legitimize Tinubu, majority of those who also worked in different tribunals, states, different tribunals across Nigeria, and they delivered accordingly. They are going to promote them to Supreme Courts. So if you now want this plan for your 2027, I just gave you an expo because I just came back from 2027. I came back from the future. There will be no elections anymore. Your result and everything is already done. The places they are going to make it look like you. Should be opposition have won that. Should be they have kinikon. Should you get now to test run that? That's exactly what you are witnessing in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa. It is the same pattern. They will leave Bayelsa for PDP. Here you get. However, after leaving Kogi, we'll stop at Imo, the next terror center where their charade also took place today. Orlu, Orsu, and about 2 other local government areas did not have any elections at all. The people there, they were locked in their houses. And guess what? INEC mobilized election materials for those local governments. They mobilized all the election materials, ballot paper, Bevasi, and everything. They mobilized all of them, moved them to another location, and they started thumbprinting for hopeless Uzodingba. If you know, agree, the humbled slaves, the the voluntary slaves of today, they will tell you to go to court. But what happened to the lives and the future of those who are going to be their victims? They don't care. I don't think they do. Hopeless Uzodingba voted. We'll just hear from her.
Compared to presidential and state assembly elections?
Well, I just observed that voters on the queue
Please, I'm not seeing your mic.
appear to be very enthusiastic, and you could see the kind of joy that expressing. And the conduct has been very ugly. I see the queue is very strict, and there is no interference. I have not seen anything that is suggesting.
I won't remove my hand. Carry your hand. I will block me at the top.
So it's an impressive outing too. I think a number of people come out to vote. I'm not surprised because this is my hometown. Because you know that the prophet is rather known very strongly. So the conduct is very impressive. I want to commend INEC. I want also to commend the security agencies with the kind of deployment they have done and how ugly the environment has become. And contrary to the ugly expectation that the environment will not be there for voting to take place, you can see that the INEC has risen to the occasion and everything seems to be very normal.
Your Excellency, we noticed a low voter turnout in some polling units. What do you have to say about that?
It is not over yet. I think I just came to vote, and other people will still come to vote. But what I've seen here, compared to what happened last time during February election, is very impressive. And it is our hope that more people will come out. But at least my happiness is that we have the environment to conduct this election. And people have come to exercise their franchise. And voting is going on. I think INEC has done well, and we must commend them.
How would you assess the
security situation?
All those questions that will just make it look like that they do their job. Instead of them to begin to, even though maybe it won't be the one to be asked anyway. I don't know. Hopeless Uzodingba bragged before the elections that APC have the president, APC is the governor, APC are the local government chairmen. How come he will now lose elections? Did you see this before?
APC non a governor, APC non a president, APC non a local government. Can you understand? I didn't know how government only let that chance to get here more than Natalie me always open. I like what they go to say, man. One get to put your mammy to see here.
APC is the governor. APC is the president. APC is the local government chairman. So how am I going to now lose election? This is how he will rig himself and keep himself there. And since your law says INEC is the one that can declare somebody winner of an election, right? Let's go to Imo State proper. How did he go today? From those who are buying votes, vote buyers, from the electoral officers too, with a signed result. Man, Imo was busy. Start with this.
That bag is full of money, 400,000 naira. They have given INEC staff 400,000 naira in this polling unit. Polling unit 001. I'm live. They are giving 400,000 naira. Polling unit 003. Polling unit 003. Also, there was 2. Polling unit 003. 400,000 naira. It's in this bag. They gave you money. INEC official, they gave you money. They gave you money. Open that bag. They gave you money. Open that bag. They gave you money. Bring out the money. They gave you money. Open that bag. Bring that money out. Open that bag. Open that bag. Ship that money out. Open that bag. Ship that money out. Open that bag. Open that bag. Open the bag. Open it. What? What? Yes. I saw that piece of the boat here. Video everything. Video them.
It keeps getting worse, by the way. Yeah, it does. People being paid, another person being beaten, to the point that in that same Imo state today, some guys put themselves together, gather gun, and they robbed APC, Egbekegbe's agents, at his own polling units. They took 1.5 million naira from him. The money meant for vote buying. They had to use gun. And they reported it as armed robbers robbed APC agents of 1.5 million naira meant for vote buying in Imo State. I'm not sure if it is this guy anyway, because this one for rows and all of that. Check this one out for vote buying. They are using the guy. They are using him to buy votes for them by giving people money so that Oples Uzotingba can continue to be your governor. Like I said, it keeps getting worse. If you are not in a hurry, maybe you should take a moment, right? Leave that comment section now, okay? And just go under the video, like the broadcast. Just click like and go back into your comments if you would do that. Share the video at this point. Just like in Kogi, I didn't even tell you. Well, they killed one guy, APC, a Bekegbe thug in Kogi, for stealing ballot box. His pictures is all over the social media. RIP, RIP, RIP. On top, the criminals that are still coming to loot you, make life worse for you. I mean, Odipugani, all right? There is nothing poverty will not make you do, even though it is not really an excuse per se, right? Some will say. However, you would expect the security they deployed. I mean, I don't know if you remember that the Nigeria police collected 15 billion naira in order to provide security for Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa elections. Do you remember that? Okay, doesn't matter anyway. Maybe the money didn't get to the policemen, or they were actually paid to provide the security for the APC thugs and their agents. I mean, where people are actually committing electoral crime. And there you have it. The Nigeria military, Nigeria police, not arresting them, providing security for them. If you are not selected to come there, or if you are coming to that polling unit and you are not there for hopeless or danger, just stay away or you'll be arrested as IPOB. In Nigeria, Baba, watch this now.
4 boys not here give vote to the whole ballot papers. They will thumbprint everywhere. They deliver for hope. This is what is happening. Community school, Ezialan Group polling unit. The Kwenu Amor tank, the Kwenu Amor tank. The Kwenu soldiers everywhere. Soldiers everywhere. They don't want any person. They said, when you are now APC. In fact, it will be now when you give me a point to come inside. If you don't, if he's not the one that appoints you, and these fake soldiers are Yakubu Ginakadia. This is what is happening right now. Election, 11th November 2023.
Let us all come together and form a very strong and support one candidate and see that we fight no apology, Joma Bino. That's how I actually feel, because I know some of you actually mean well. Sure you get. We're getting you. It is a symptom of insanity. Gather, you and who gather. Do election with who? Iwatitani. We should all come together. If all of us come together and we support one candidate. Smoke day your head. If you are living in that world, you don't understand what is called state capture, Abi. You have no idea what is called the rigged system, Abi. Oh my God, it boils my blood when people think they are intelligent by comparing other places with Nigeria. Baba, why are you lying to yourselves? It's annoying. You cannot fight a rigged system by following the law. You can't fight a rigged system by obeying the law. Once you don't have that mentality that you have to disobey they are doing it. They are disobeying your law. Electoral or anything, everybody is just doing their own impunity, Abi. But if you try it, you are treason, you are this and that, because criminals are telling you laws, the same one they are breaking, and you are scared. You are worried. Come together to do waiting. So that they can use their soldiers to send, so that we can make videos and say, look at it where we are hiding. Like my brother who is making that video. He is in hiding. He had to stay far away. A Nigerian who want to report crime, the crime that they paid those guys to prevent, they are part of it. Now, for his own safety, he had to stay far away. And that is the country you want to go and do election. All of us should come together and support one. They whine us, Abi. These are the people you are going to. The electoral body that is going to count your votes. The ones that you are going to follow to the collation center. And all those dramas and ideas. Vote and protect your vote. It's so common among you. Many of you are so convinced that Nigeria can be saved by elections. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. But time again and again continue to prove me right. Cut the circle. Now people will go count your vote be this so. Now them busy so a whole local government election that people are waiting in their polling units with their voters card. This one's no get any vote. People will give them the voters card. Who told them that they are coming? See where they are. In Orlu. Orlu.
Okay.
This man I know answer. Oga Jeff, actually go for any work and public pushing it. How will I go? They go among Gandalf on
can see this is also local government. The election meant to hold in the several polling units, but it's quite unfortunate. Today is 11th November 2023. We have to drove down to Orsu LGA to check all the polling units where the election is being held, but it's quite unfortunate. They have to drove over to a certain center in Orsu. This is where the election is holding, in a central place in a Catholic church, which they assured the masses that election is going to hold in various polling units. But right now, a massive thumbprinting is going on here. Nobody's complaining. Massive voting. So I believe we should appeal to the INEC authority. There should be a total cancellation, if possible, for this various election in Orsu LGA today, Saturday, 11th of November 2023. You can see even on top of the vehicles, they are thumbprinting on top of the vehicles. You can see them doing a lot of printing on their own. Massive voting. Nobody's checkmating. Nobody's saying anything. Is this how election is ought to be free and fair? My dear viewers, wherever you are viewing this, you can attest, you can agree with me that this is no election. This is no form of any election or whatsoever it could be called. The police, the armies are being compromised. I don't know what is going on in this country. Please, there should be a total cancellation in Orsu LGA. I repeat, in Orsu LGA.
Those guys.
I'm saying everything.
And if they see you now doing this thing, they will politics. So come back.
If they see what I'm videoing right now, they will seize this phone. So I have to hide inside a vehicle videoing this, and I have to come out the other one. So I am out right now, taking a total control. You can see how they are being lined up in a central place in a Catholic church in Orsu local government. This is inhuman. This is unfair. We call for a total cancellation in Orsu LGA in Imo State. You can see to that very point. There is no election held in anywhere in Orsu LGA, so we call for a total cancellation. Here they are. Busy doing nothing, busy thumbprinting around, up and down, collecting money, sharing money to themselves. The police has been compromised. I don't know, people should come to our rescue in Imo State also.
Nobody is coming to your rescue, bro. Somebody dropped a comment on YouTube and then dropped another one that sort of got my attention. So the first one was that, so Mayegun, what is the solution then? You see, normally, right, when people ask me that question on Mayegun's diary political, right, is a two-way thing. Number one, I want to believe that they are new. Like, you probably just started watching Mayegun's diary political last night. So we can call it innocent question. But if you have been if you have been watching Mayegun even for just 1 week, you will realize that the reason why you are on this platform, okay, is because somehow, someone somewhere wanted you to go and find out why Nigeria can never work. Nigeria is not working. It will never work. And there is somebody who is giving one single solution. Break it up and save lives. So I'm going to give you a benefit of doubt, because the second thing that person dropped was, after asking, what is the solution? The person now kind of typed, I'm going to stop watching this kind of broadcast very soon. Baba, you should stop watching it right now, this minute. Because if the answer you are looking for on programs like this is that of something like, you want somebody that will be sounding like, I am your leader. We will need to fight these people. I will fight for you. And kind of, I don't know what you mean. I am not that person. You see Mayegun that you are watching here, is only here to remind you that if you value your life, if you cherish that your valuable life, and you are currently answering as a Nigerian, anywhere you are in the world, Mayegun is to help you stop living that illusion, that deluded mind that continue to make you feel so heartbroken because of your connection to Nigeria. I am so heartbroken. Man, what can we do now? What can we do? You, listen to me. If you really care, you will join the rest of us who believe that the peaceful dissolution of Nigeria is the only way forward. But guess what? Guess what? We are also not kind of, we are not inconsiderate. We believe that there are many also who want a kind of a working Nigeria, but not this particular one. And we said, okay, if everybody wants something different from the current one, then we can all start a conversation. Yeah, let's have a chat. If we still want to be one country, or we want to go our separate ways, you don't want that to happen. You want us to continue to pray. You want us to come together like unity beggar. You love those illusions. That is not on this program. So if the answer you are looking for is that one that is painting an El Dorado for you, this is not the platform. This is a platform that will tell you that if you care, if you are tired of the world that these criminals have created, if you are completely tired and fed up with the Nigerias, divided Nigeria, impoverished Nigeria that these criminals are currently lording over, if you are tired, you will join us to begin to ask for the breakup of Nigeria. How did that sound? How is that solution? How did that sound to you? Did that sound like what you would like to be part of? I mean, let's assume that this question is coming from the place of innocence. Or maybe you just joined Mayegun's Diary Political yesterday. How did that solution sound to you? Break up Nigeria and save lives. How did that sound? Impossible, because you think somebody will have to do it for you, Abi. Don't worry. Okay? Every night, I will continue to remind all of you why Nigeria is not working, why it will never work. And the day you are done and tired, you will stand up. Okay? Nobody will tell you, go and protest. Go. You will do it. And this is why this platform will continue to remind you. But if you are looking for Jesus Christ or somebody who is coming to come and be your savior, YouTube has over 200 million channels. You can check the next door. And don't ever ask me that dumb question again. Nobody's coming to fight for anybody. If you want solution to Nigeria problem and you are tired of all of this, you will begin to champion the cause for make your own as a national conversation. What we even discuss if we want to be together or not. No? Right. Let's go back to your charade, where you probably encourage yourselves to come together and come and fight your oppressors pretentiously anyway. Majority, you are only waiting for your turn. Nigeria is turn by turn Nigeria limited. When you finish deluding yourselves, right? When the reality finally sets in, maybe tonight, maybe next night, maybe next year, it doesn't really matter. It will set in. And when that happens, right, nobody go tell you to fight. Nobody. You will do it. Passionately, Goni. Right? Let's go back to Imo. You will think, even when they pay these rogues to protect thugs, police, soldiers, and the rest, they gave money to NSCDC too, the civil defense, to provide security in Imo State for elections matter. When they grabbed NSCDC people as well, Espere the call did not even come to fall. A very much worse than a banana republic, Nigeria.
I came with them. Oyi. I said Chinas and Waneri was inside armor tank. Sent kill and bury with his men to come here and destroy this place. But because we can be able to uphold them.
The person that brought it to
Chisomo Juku.
Representing Nkure.
Was the person that brought them in. He came here first and made a call. So there was a man
this magazine
was with kill and bury as it stands. Look at it. They took it. Kill and bury is an inspector of police.
He's my brother.
He's an inspector of police.
I'm the commander of this team.
Okay.
The only problem we have in this country, recruiting illiterates in the system.
What's your name?
This is the national. ISC Polycarp Egronia is my name. So yeah, we are doing a national job. Those people that came here are police people.
They came here and collected my magazine.
Me, the police are not supposed to work for anybody because this is election. Do you understand? So what annoyed me so much is how a superior officer of Nigeria
I came with them.
Professor Undubuisi. Professor, if that one want to come and be like, listen, our problem in this country is recruiting illiterates into the system. Now that one is educated, but trapped in a system that he knows is flooded with criminals and then illiterates. How can a police officer be bearing kill and bury? Police officer is called kill and bury. They say, hey, you stop there, don't move. I say, officer, sorry, I'm not moving, sir. They say, this is officer kill and bury, stopping you. I say, I don't die. He must have killed people extrajudicially, right? And he's never really been punished for it. So he was rewarded for it. And he was a very good hand in an election like this, where they have a place called the Tiger Base in Owerri. If you enter Tiger Base, Baba, don't let us go there for now. Mr. Kill and Bury. Even one of those people who got attacked by them too, listen to him.
Chinas and Waneri was called in by one of our brothers who happened to be an agent of the party, called Chinasa. I heard him when he was speaking on the phone to tell him that Mike Ikoku is here. After about a couple of minutes, about 10-15 minutes, I saw Chinasa in company of Nnamdi come here with over 20 men wearing army uniform. I don't know whether they are real Nigerian army or not. I also saw a group of police officers who I identified as members of the dreaded Tiger Base group, led by one man they call Kill and Bury. They came here, now attacked the civil defense people that were with me, that were also cleared to participate in the election. They attacked him, and at the end of the day, they seized his rifle, they seized the magazine, collected their phone, and took away the file of the officer that is in charge, the security officer that was handling this. They took away the file. So what I did was to immediately call for intervention. I reported the matter, escalated it both to the police, both the army, both to civil defense, and both to INEC in Abuja. So after about 30 minutes of calling, they left. I heard they were going from booth to booth, places to places, where they're trying to do, I don't know what they want to do, in the carrying armored personnel carrier. The armored personnel carrier they carry has a mark donated by Hope Uzodinma. Under it, what is written there is special. So I know the authorities should be able to identify those who are in that armored personnel carrier and those who took control of.
So they are reporting the people that actually gave those equipment. They are reporting them to those who gave them. I'm sorry, they are reporting the people who gave the. So they are reporting those with the equipment to those who gave them the whole equipment for the purpose of exactly what they went to do in Imo State. Here is the Labour Party candidate in Imo State today. Sort of.
Oh, yeah, they beat up so many of our agents for the fact that we are going to upload all their pictures. They beat up a lot of our agents. This is crazy. This is what our democracy has, come to. But we are resisting. Can't you see the people here? Yes. And they will not allow it. I hope it's the same thing going on everywhere. So that we can have proper democracy and bring in good governance.
In those areas, are you suggesting that they should cancel the results?
Of course, where this is happening, they must cancel it now. There is no other alternative than to cancel it, so that every person will come there and watch it conducted.
But by this time, this was earlier this afternoon, okay? By this time right now, they'll probably be collecting all the evidence that Hopeless Uzodinma has rigged himself again. And by tomorrow, INEC will announce him, and then Tinubu and the rest of them, they will congratulate him. And by the time Tinubu gets back from Saudi Arabia, they will take Hopeless Uzodinma. He will go there with the certificate given to him by INEC, and they will tell all of these people to go to courts. That's how it works. So in Bayelsa, the story is the same, but with a mix of so much disappointment, especially in the voice of the Labour Party governorship candidates. The guy said, apart from the violence and all these election results, being already sort of printed and all that, Bayelsans themselves didn't really show much interest, by the way. Earlier, some of them just went by, their normal business. They even went to markets. And when they realized that journalists were accosting them, they said, oh, we are just here for 30 minutes and we are going to go and vote. Now, to get a vote in Bayelsa, start from a 14,000 naira per vote, 16, 18, and even 20,000 naira per vote. So if you want them to come and vote, you will have to pay them. Meanwhile, here is their governor. Baba, go le da fun awon ton dari Nigeria, man. You know what I mean in English, right? You know supposed better for these criminals. They're supposed to die shamelessly, like that. I don't know if that even is something. The way you feel, like Bayelsa State is oil producing state to real long. Bayelsa State is the second poorest state in Nigeria. Nitori Jesu. Baba, the governor of the state that is contesting for second term went to his own polling unit, primary school, where he's voting in Bayelsa, Baba. I don't need to say much. Take a look.
Everybody wants to cash.
That's all I need to tell you about Bayelsa. Is from that, not just their governor. That means that polling unit, that school, is probably maybe 5 minutes walk from his house, where he's coming there to vote. He voted there. I believe he voted there in 2019. Abi, before he became governor, he went back there. Did you see the roof? You don't want to see the surrounding. Don't mind it. Here is his challenger, Timipriye Silva, when he also voted. Look at the surrounding too.
Everybody. That things are going to go well for the APC at the end of the day, definitely. But we have some issues in the Unit 3, Unit 5, and Unit 9 had issues. I think the registers were not uploaded, so we escalated it to INEC. And of course, they accepted that it was a careless mistake on their part. I don't know why units in my ward were not uploaded. So I think the problem is being rectified, and they promised that in those particular units, they will extend the voting time because a lot of people would have been disenfranchised if that was not rectified. They will be able to escalate it to Abuja. But so far, I mean, in my unit, things are going on very well. And around the state, we also are following. And there is a lot of violence. I mean, the PDP is doing quite a bit there, trying to molest our voters with security. In fact, in some cases, it is believed by our people that we are running election not against PDP but against security. But we are continuing the situation, and I'm sure that at the end of the day we'll come out victorious.
Would you mind stating areas specifically?
Yes, in fact, I was told that in Galore especially there has been a lot of violence, a lot of police action. In fact, this morning I woke up.
Blah, 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 blah. But now this Labour Party guy who said he's so disappointed in people of Bayelsa, Abba, that because he didn't have money to share, they did not vote for him. I mean, he also voted, by the way. You want to listen?
Well, so far so good. The optics shows that, yes, the process is going on smoothly. Aside from those things that are happening behind the scene, where money is being exchanged with votes, people are watching and then writing down names and giving tallies to be collecting 12,000, 10,000. It's happening everywhere. And you know, some of us are people who have decided that we will not express ourselves violently, otherwise we would have stopped the process. In the eyes of it, we know what is happening everywhere. Voting is going on, but the state resources is everywhere being shared. Monies that ordinarily should have been used for schools, monies that should have been used for the education, monies that should have been used for the economy of the state is thrown around to buy votes. And sometimes I wonder how people will sit on a seat that you did not win going to the polls as you should be. So far so good. On the optics, yes, we have done the voting. But behind the scene, the state resources is being used to induce and buy voters.
Yes, Honorable, you seem not to be talking, you're speaking in parables, I should say. When you say the state resources is being used to buy votes, who specifically is using the state resources? I'm
talking about the party of the day, the governor's party, the PDP. They are busy buying votes and snapping people's ballot papers and using it to go behind the scene and pay monies. There's somebody holding some money in the other part. They have been reported to the police. But you know, there's a lot going on in this election. that, like I said, this compromise is everywhere. I'm not going to use our usual ways of trying to stop them. At the end of the day, they will say you have been violent. I will not do that. But I was president. Well, usually in my community, there is always peace in elections, because some of us have very peaceful disposition. And that disposition is what I have expressed since yesterday, walking around with our people. The only thing I will not do, I will not buy votes. I will not. And even when I know what is going on, I have, as a matter of principle, I will not buy vote. I didn't contest this election because I'm looking for money. I didn't contest this election because I want to sit on the throne of a governor. I contested because of the issues in my state. There is endemic poverty in this state. Our young girls are standing on the road. Our young boys are doing Yahoo. There is no hope for young people. These people sit on the position and think that the state resources is their personal resources. And they have entrenched poverty in Bayelsa State, a state that produces oil, a state that is supposed to be rich in natural resources. We are the second poorest in the country. We have the highest out-of-school children. As for me, I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, to prove to the world that somebody can get up without stealing state resources and stand up against this tyranny that is going on. And today may not be the last. We will continue to fight until more and more people will realize that money itself cannot buy you a society that will be functional. People have been impoverished to the point where you give them 5,000. I will not pay 1 naira for votes. I will not.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was our guy going very cool to continue to tell himself as a principled man. And give that to him, oh, by the way. If he chooses not to give money because he's not accessible to public funds like his rivals, and to him, he satisfied his conscience. Like, that's me. I've done my part. They go give him participatory trophy. And then they will go and wait for another 4 years to dance around again until that day you get robbed. And then you say, I have proven it to you, my people, again. I mean, come on. So good luck. Egbere Jolantan was out and he was able to vote as well. The former president of Nigeria, who is now currently dragging second and third place with Bokwari, the lifeless mannequin. Because Katsina is, imagine this. Bokwari State in Katsina, when it comes to the poorest states in Nigeria, is number 4. Egbere Jolantan's state, Bayelsa, is number 2. Zamfara is number 1. And when it comes to out-of-school children, where you heard him, children, they don't give a damn, they don't care. But he has an opinion. He said, the National Assembly, they must make law. They must make law to make sure that all the elections happen same time so that there will not be off-season. I'll be off calendar, I'll be off whatever nonsense it is they call their charade. I just want to have it on record. Sorry, because, listen.
First, let me congratulate the 3 states that have elections today. Bayelsa State, Imo State, and Kogi State, in which all the states successful elections, peaceful conduct of elections. But basically, because this is an off-season election, and I get worried about the issue of off-season elections. And I will use this unique opportunity to plead with the National Assembly that we need to block this off-season election. It's very odd. It's not a global best practice. A country can elect their people at different times, like America. Some countries they may not elect everybody at the same time. But any time they go on to conduct their election, they elect everybody that's supposed to be elected. if we continue with this trend of off-season elections based on the interpretation of our laws by the judicial officer, it will come to a time that the presidential election in Nigeria may be off-season. Probably that is the time that all of you media people and others should be worried. Look at the American system. Everybody knows when the American elections will be conducted. That's standard practice in other countries. And when I say presidential election in Nigeria may be off-season one day, some people may get to say, why, how? It almost happened in 2007 that I contested as a running mate to late President Yaradua. You know that election, the 7 judges that presided over the case, 3 of them, in their own judgment that the election be annulled, 4 of them sustained the election, and that is why we stayed. If one has crossed over, by now the presidential election in Nigeria would have been off-season election, and it is not the best for a country. And there are easy things to do to make sure that other states, now we have 7 states that are off-season, we need to stop there. And where possible, these 7 states too can be migrated back to fall in line with the other states, and the National Assembly can do that. That is my message for the National Assembly, my message for Nigerians today. On the other hand, I wish the election successful. I've been monitoring what is happening in Bayelsa State. Almost ask people across the local governments, and for now, no major things that we will get worried, apart from the part of Nembe local government, the Basambri part of Nembe local government that have been in conflict for quite some time before the election. Apart from that, I think the elections are going on well, but we cannot conclude until at the end of the voting period. So once again, I thank you, and I wish you well.
Thank you, sir. Oh my God, to see my hand though behind the scene. Until somehow I can't be like, say, well, he actually just sort of set his mind in a way, you know. But I almost put that in that nuisance lily. But I realized that no, that's gonna come out wrong. I was thinking that I was gonna say INEC has done very well, but the moment he said we cannot conclude, I was like, okay, yeah, okay. I'll let this pass. Did you hear him? To him, yeah, there might be imperfection and all of that. He's more concerned how they are still talking about elections, so how the elections cannot become one election one day and all of that stuff. They want an organized election, right? In a disorganized country that has been sort of established by the judiciary of Nigeria. Then they had more. The last time Atiku said, in order to save Nigeria from collapse, they should begin to change the law so that it will be one single term of 6 years. There will be no second term. Once you become president, do whatever you want to do in 6 years and go. And then Peter Obi also said the same thing, proposing that to reduce friction of election, blah, 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 they should make it a single term of 6 years. One single term. Echo Shidano. All of your ideas, a lot of you are not getting yourselves ready for what Tinubu and co are about to unleash on you. You have no idea. They plan. You are entering a different phase that you've never been to before. And you have no chance thinking you have a chance. Let's come together. Iwa Tital and come together. He who cannot bear the pain of rigging.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that.
Did you get that? That is the type of a democracy, the demonstration of a craziness in Nigeria. You cannot survive it. If you think you can plot around and then, you know what I mean? If you can't beat them, you join them and break them from inside. Shon lalani. Why is it that when it happens, then you begin to ask for any solution? I don't scream since 2015. The last 4 years, I have been very consistent reminding you doing same thing again and again and expecting a different result is a symptom of insanity. We're a long way there. And the Ministry of Health in Nigeria, October, I think that was a 5th October 2017. What do you care? They said that 75% of Nigerians get mental problem because of depression, hardship, economic problem, and so many other things they are facing every day. I said, wow, 75% low mad in Nigeria. No wonder. I didn't say that. Go and Google it. A minister of health in Nigeria disclosed that the why else do you think you've been able to defend your criminal leaders? You know what I mean? Like, how could you feel comfortable defending criminals who don't give a damn about your life? I didn't say that. And you are telling me that they didn't test you. How did you know? They are doing different experimentation on the streets, like those who are like guinea pigs in lab, you know, like lab rats. That's exactly what I think they are making all Nigerians to be like, experimenting with your lives. How many die? People don't die. You go as how many? It's about 200,000 have died, sir, because of hunger. 200,000. Really, this system is not working. We're supposed to get like people supposed to fall down on the streets, and then we're gonna say this idea is working. You have no idea. If you know get mental problem, you even left Nigeria. Somebody that escaped from Nigeria after seeing all the shege in Nigeria. Escaped, enter somewhere, he gets more comfort. The Olori Buruku is using his time to defend the criminals that chased him out of Nigeria. He left Nigeria. Many of you left Nigeria. Nigeria did not leave you. Personally, if you know because of the mental problem that your Ministry of Health said 75% of you are suffering from, Baba, you may think it's funny. It is not. It is a pandemic, and you can tell where these old mad people have taken over the asylum. It's like mad people taking over an asylum. It's like the criminals taking over the entire penitentiary. That's what Nigeria has become. 80% of you are mad, including those who pretend to be rich. So no wonder. It's unfortunate too. However, I believe that if you think you can break into them by following their rules, you are more deluded than you probably think. Seriously, like there's nothing wrong in person getting problem like that. You can just need to get help so that you don't continue to live and wallow in that your illusion. Ofi Nigeria, you left Nigeria. And you are shouting, I love Nigeria, I love my country from abroad. I love my country. I know my country is going to be great one day. I believe that Jesus said, a mental problem. And if they say 80% of Nigerians get mental problem, Papa, what is the 80% of 200 million people? Is 180 million here? Imagine that, 180 million mental problem. And if you ask it so many things, see, there was a day, somebody was telling me that Nigerians are kind of always angry. I said, Baba, show my cotton face. Do you think it is easy and you like to survive in Nigeria? And the fact that they will still do everything, same thing again and again that kept them in that place, right, is the problem we are talking about. Sure, you get easy. Any small thing, you feel like it's like everybody is angry. And they are angry at poor people, angry at innocent people. You do something on social media. Man, this country is so hard. That I cannot even like explain it. This is you expressing yourself. Then you see all the frustrated Nigerians, they will come there. And they will start venting that rage, that their frustration, everything on you. And you begin to wonder. And before you know it, for you to know that you self gets conscon, say, who is your useless father? You this in the start abusing you like that, right? And then from nowhere, you say, be like, now I'm going to go kill your papa. Now who go kill you at Tinubu? You know what I mean? Like everybody is mad. And we are triggered because we are being led by cold-hearted criminals who have turned majority of you into rabid dogs. You have tasted blood. You have become insensitive. You are pretty much like, the willing and what they call that again? Submissive slave. You are a willing tool in the hands of those criminals who have captured every institution that should have stood for you, stood up and defend whatever it is right you have. You are living in a place that you have no right, and they are making you see that all the time. You cannot turn around and expect such to suddenly become an organized place. Life doesn't work that way. And that is why they say if you know better, the ideal thing is that you should do better. Hang on. And you can't do better in a place where Oshiomole and his lies continue to remind you of this.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that
that is the country they are giving to you. You better brace up. And guess how many of those lives you would need to lose in order to validate their fraud. It's not going to be for long. Only time will tell. Trust me. Now, like I said, this is another piece of mine, right? To remind you that only if they will choose to do the right thing, maybe I will begin to believe you, who always tell yourself that one day Nigeria is still going to work. I believe that Nigeria is still going to work. Some of you are in your 60s, 70s, and you're saying that to young people. You are no longer young. You're not going to be here when it works because it's never going to work. Your children are also going to grow old. Do you really wish that on them? You can't be that cold-hearted to lie to young people and tell them that this Nigeria is still going to work. And when? To make it work, you need to break it up. If you agree with me today, great. If you don't, fine. But we'll all have to be here when the number that will prove that except you demand for something different, you'll be offered the bottom of the barrel. And that's what they have to offer. Anyway. Thank you very much for your time. I am going to pop you on a short hold, which is just for you to digest all we have said. Like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I was going to take calls, but I'm going to put it on hold till tomorrow. We have a long day tomorrow as well, but for now, thank you, and you have a wonderful evening, everyone, and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na it be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.